It's about to be game over. You want to know why?
Because the Homestead helper is joining the Shed Wars.
And as if that wasn't enough to ensure victory, we're about to break out a secret weapon. Edible snake gourds, the ones that I got from Papa Pepper over at Abundant Harvest Homestead. These snake gourds, or Chinese python snake beans, can grow up to 60 inches in length. That's like 5 feet. Or for those of you on Team Over the Pond who really don't know how to measure, that'd be just over 1.5 meters long. But of course, since these are types of gourds, by the time they get to that length, they're not going to be edible. We're going to need to pick them when they're young. So that means we'll have to take them when they're like 12 to 30 inches in length. Talk about growing tons of food. But I feel kind of bad because this is not really fair for you Team Will It Grow Yankees. These snake gourds require long, hot summers in order to do anything, and I just don't have that kind of growing season. So you're at a bit of a disadvantage now. But this is war, and you know what they say. All is fair when it comes to the Shed Wars. So let's get these seeds planted and proceed with the beatdown. It's starting to sprinkle a little on us out here, but we're going to go ahead and do this outside. Man, the weather here lately has just been crazy. We can't avoid when it's not raining, it's super cold. So I'm gonna go ahead and get these seeds started indoors. You ready to see what the seeds look like?
Yeah.
Okay, let's pour them out here. These are the secret weapons. These are the seeds of the Chinese snake gourd. These things can take a little while to germinate, so what we're going to do is we're going to soak some of them in some water for about 8 to 10 hours. We're using non-chlorinated water to soak these in. You want to take some of those and put them in the water there? Not all of them. Let's see, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Pick one more. All right. And I'm going to hold on to these just in case those don't germinate. At least we'll have a second shot at it.
Daddy, they just do that.
Yep, they're floating, aren't they?
Well, they're floating together. They can't stop floating together.
Yeah.
Do you need them floating together?
It's okay if they float together. And we'll be back in a little while to put these in their planting trays. But in the meantime, let's go check out the garden and see how things are progressing. The elephant garlic is getting ready to flower out. I think you're supposed to clip those off if you want to concentrate on bulb development. But I really like the flowers. They're big fluffy purple things, so I'm going to leave them on there. The first section of garden here, we're getting some progress on the squash and the popcorn plants. They're getting just about to the point where I'm going to need to mulch them. And it won't be too long until I'm ready to plant some green beans around these things to complete the 3 sisters. And in the last video, I had a rabbit that was causing me problems. Now, it looks like I've got a mole. But along my fence where I planted my cucumbers, starting to have some of those pop up. Oh, something's eating at this one. Got one there. Looks like these are getting ready to pop up their true leaves. These are my straight 8 cucumbers. Looking good. On my okra, I'm probably going to end up having to replant a lot of this. As you can see, man, right after I planted it, we got days of rain. And everything, it probably drowned out a lot of the seeds. I'm going to give them a little bit more time because as we go down this row, you can see where some of them have popped up. Here's another one. When I planted, I've got these wide rows. They're about 1.5 feet wide. And I planted the okra in double rows. Yeah, here's a spot where you can see. I planted the okra in double rows, but a good half of it has failed to come up. And then my mole, it looks like, has dug his way straight down the middle of this okra row. Thanks a lot, buddy. And over here at the noodle beans, we have some more blank spaces, but a few of them are starting to pop up. Now, I made a mistake. I misspoke the other day when I planted these. I said these were the seeds that I got from Papa Pepper, but they actually came from a pack of seeds that I ordered from Baker Creek year before last. I didn't even remember ordering them. I was just going through some stuff and found them. So I don't know. Maybe they're a little old. We'll see. I'm gonna give these a few more days to pop their way up through the soil, and any spaces that are left over, I've still got the seeds that I've ordered from Papa Pepper, so I will fill in any empty spaces with those. And then whatever's left over, I've got another trellis that I just put up out in the pasture beside the Minecraft raised garden bed. Let's go take a look at that. Oh, but before we leave here, I've got a few tomatoes that I planted. I honestly don't even know what kind of tomatoes these are. The pots that I grew them in, when I labeled them with the Sharpie, they were peat moss pots, so the Sharpie kind of disintegrated as I watered them. And these are not in awesome shape. It looks like I've got some aphids attacking them. So I'm definitely gonna have to break out the neem oil here pretty soon. Now let's head over to the Minecraft raised garden bed. That's right, Team Willitgrow, Team Over the Pond. You're about to get your butts kicked Minecraft style. Finally got a long enough break in the weather where I could plant this thing out. We have 3 rows of Lincoln tomatoes. In between the first 2 rows, I have a couple of rows of cosmic purple carrots. And then in between the next 2 rows, we have some cosmic purple carrots. We have some radishes planted in here. They'll be coming up soon. These are gonna be jalapeno peppers. We have some Ozark giant bell peppers. Some eggplant. Black Beauty eggplant, I do believe. Some paprika peppers. I'm excited about these paprika peppers. I love some smoked paprika. Plan on making my own this year. And then we have some New Mex Sunglow peppers that I grew from seeds that I got from Papa Pepper. They're gonna be trellised with some free bamboo that I picked up off the side of the road. One man's trash is another man's treasure. And I still have all of these spaces here that I need to find something to plant. I'm thinking maybe some lettuce, some buttercrunch lettuce. But I still have a lot of plants and a lot of seeds that I've got to find a place for out here. And I guess that brings us back to our edible snake gourds. So let's go inside and get those put in some dirt. Our seeds have been soaking for about 8 hours, and it's been raining for about 8 hours. So, but we're gonna go ahead and get these seeds put in. When we first put them in, they were all floating. All but one of them are still floating. I don't know what that means. I don't know if it's bad news for the one that's sunk, but what we're gonna do, we're gonna start them in these little seed starting trays. Right now I have some soil put in them. I'm gonna wet it down. Let that soak through.
Can I do it?
Yeah. A little more here. And we need to plant these things about 1 inch deep, so I'm going to dig down there.
Video.
Hey, grab a seed and drop it right in there. Good job. So that one is done. All right, now we'll make another hole. Put your seed there. Yeah. Good job. We're gonna go ahead and put the rest of these in. I'm not gonna film the whole process, but I'll be right back. Got them downstairs now. I topped them off with soil. I'm gonna go ahead and spray that down, make sure everything is nice and watered. And I'm gonna place these here in the greenhouse. I've got a little heater to keep everything, I've got it set at I think 70 degrees. So we'll just put these right here. There are 8 of them all together. I've got 6 in this tray, and then I have 2 here marked with little shoots of bamboo. And the reason I'm starting those indoors in the greenhouse instead of just planting them out in the garden, there are 2 things. First of all, number 1, I've got to get a trellis put up for them. Those things are going to be very heavy, so it's going to take a good sturdy trellis. I know how I'm going to handle that. Second thing, I still don't know what's going on with this weather. I think we're over the cold snaps here in the south, at least where I'm at, but this rain just will not quit. We'll get a couple of days break from it, and then torrential downpours again. I mean, look at my garden right now. The earlier part of this video where I showed the garden, that was at about 9:30 or 10 o'clock this morning. It is about 4 o'clock right now. And I mean, you can see why my okra is probably not going to do so great. I did mound it up, and I intentionally left these troughs in the middle to hold some water. And the thought is, even when the mounds dry up, maybe there will still be some water here that it can wick in. I don't know, maybe that backfired on me. But I mean, look at this. And this is also one of the reasons why I'm trying to transition over to raised garden beds. I mean, we don't have the best soil out here to begin with. There are some spots where it's okay. Our pasture has been used as a pasture for years, so there's a little layer of good topsoil there, but once you get down, you hit rock. And also, we do hold a lot of water. It's a little bit hilly, and so it turns out on our property, some of the best places to grow, the places where we have the best sun, those are the places that hold the most water. So we've got to get kind of raised up above ground level. And we're making that transition ever so slowly. We'll get there eventually. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you've enjoyed it. If so, be sure to give us a thumbs up and subscribe. Don't forget to check out some of the other videos under the hashtag shedwars. And if you haven't already, ring the notification bell at the bottom of this video so you'll know when to be back for more daily, sustainable living.